So Manchester United is going through a massive, massive change, and the man forging it? Rúben Amorim. But here's the thing, this isn't just about signing a few new players. Nope, we're talking about a whole new philosophy, right from the very foundations. Look, to really get what's happening now, we have to take a quick, painful look back. Last season, wow, it was an absolute mess, wasn't it? The team, they looked weak, totally disjointed, and honestly, just fragile. It was a season that ended in nothing short of humiliation, leaving a huge question mark just hanging over Old Trafford. And that really is the million-dollar question, right? How do you fix a broken football club? I mean, when everything seems to be falling apart, the players, the culture, the whole vibe, where do you even start? So let's start right there, with last season's mess. We really need to understand why such a radical change was not just wanted, but absolutely necessary. And that brings us to pillar number 1, the new player blueprint. This is all about completely re-engineering the squad, but this time with a real tangible purpose. So you can see this is a total shift in how they think about transfers. The old way, just throw in big money at big names for a quick fix with no real vision. The Amorim way is, well, it's completely different. It's about raising what he calls the physical floor of the entire team, finding players for specific strategic roles, and then blending that with top-tier young talent. And just look at how these new signings fit that mold. You've got Shesko, who finally gives them a real aerial threat, especially on set pieces. Then there's Mbeumo, whose pressing is just elite. He gives defenders zero time on the ball. And Kuna, an absolute nightmare for defenders one-on-one, with that pace to just punish you. You put them all together, and bam, the team's physical baseline is instantly higher. But here's the thing, it's not just about spending big on established guys. A huge piece of this puzzle is building for the future around a core of amazing young players. I'm talking about Yoro, who's got this composure and authority at the back that's just, well, it's way beyond his years. And Dorgu, bringing that raw athleticism and directness to the left flank. Plus you've got Mainu, Ahmad, and Heaven really stepping up. See, these guys aren't just prospects, they are the foundation, the pillars for what's to come. All right, so you've got the players, but that's only half the fight, right? Amorim knows better than anyone that if you don't fix the culture in the dressing room, all that talent on the pitch is basically useless. So now we're going to talk about rewiring the team's culture, going from a divided dressing room to a truly united front. And this quote from the man himself really says it all. I think these small rules can help a group to be strong. It gets right to the heart of his thinking. It's not about being a drill sergeant. It's about knowing that all those little details, that basic discipline, that's what actually builds a powerful, unified group. And you can see this happening in very real ways. There's a new leadership group in place to handle stuff internally. The bomb squad, the problem players, they're isolated, kept away so they can't poison the atmosphere. And the flip side of that is the team is actually bonding off the pitch, choosing to go out for dinners, even concerts. It's all about creating that unity and just shielding the squad from all the outside distractions. So, you've got a better squad, you've got a stronger culture. Now, finally, you can start evolving the tactics. We're moving away from rigid principles and into a much more adaptive and fluid system.
Okay, the key concept here is something called the adaptive pressing shape. Now, I know that sounds like some complex football nerd term, but it's actually a really clever idea. Basically, it's a fluid system that lets the team shift from their standard 3-4-2-1 shape into a super compact 4-4-2 when they're hunting to win the ball back.
And here's how it works. It's like this beautifully coordinated dance. Okay, so first, the wingback on the side with the ball pushes way up to press. At the exact same time, the wingback on the other side drops back. And boom, you have a back four. Then, the far side attacker tucks into midfield, creating a midfield four. And finally, the striker and the other attacker form a front two to pressure the ball. It's a lightning-fast transformation designed to just swarm the opposition. So what's the point of all this? Simple. The goal is to play a sharper, way more aggressive brand of football. It's all about forcing the other team into making mistakes high up the pitch so you can create chances right at their doorstep. No more slow, boring build-up. This is football with real intent.
Okay, let's tie all these threads together now. This is all about forging a modern United. And it all comes back to a clear, cohesive vision. And this vision, it goes way beyond just what happens on match day. We're talking about those marginal gains off the pitch. Carrington is getting a £50 million refurbishment to make it a cutting-edge facility. They're bringing in new experts in performance, nutrition, sports science, the whole shebang. It's all about building an elite environment that backs up the on-pitch philosophy of industry, courage, and invention. When you step back and look at it, For the first time in what feels like forever, there's a real connective thought process here. Everything links together. The players they're signing actually fit the tactics. The tactics are supported by the team culture, and that culture is being built up in a world-class environment. It just makes sense.
Now hold on, it's not all perfect yet. Let's be real, there are still some big questions to be answered. Is there really enough depth behind Dorgu at left wingback? And what about in goal and central midfield? Are those weak spots truly fixed? And maybe the biggest question of all, can they keep up this crazy new intensity when they come up against the top teams? The job is definitely not finished.
But you know what? Despite all those questions, the feeling around the club, it feels like earned optimism this time, not just blind hope. You've got a manager with a clear, modern plan. You've got a squad being built for the way football is played today. And you've got a whole structure pulling in the same direction. So it leaves us with one final thought. Could this be it? Is this the beginning of a new era?